It is Monday, December 20th, 2021. Wanted to show I've got a buy stop on the YM, 34,728. It's right here. And this is based upon code 6. It isn't code 6 itself, but it's based upon it. Code 6 does a certain thing, and right now it's at one end of its range. And so what I'm doing is I'm taking the bet that it's going to go the other end of the range and give a long signal from here, and that it just made a bottom. If I'm wrong, it'll be a small loss. If I'm right, this is going to be good for a lot of ticks. In fact, I could ride this all the way back up to the top again, if I wanted to. And assuming, of course, that another code 4 would say to go long, but I'm pretty sure that it would. So this one right here, though, on a more practical terms, would be good for over 650 ticks from here. It should be good for more like about 750 ticks, or even more, 1,000 ticks from here. And actually even more than that if you wanted to consider code 4. So it's probably going to get multiple code 4 long signals is what's probably going to happen, and it will continue to move higher. And so down here should be the bottom using the mathematics of code 6. So what I'm going to do is my entry is just based upon a breakout of that range that we're been in here. And once it breaks out and goes higher, 728, it should keep going. With a good deal of mathematics, although on this particular one, it's not based upon the codes themselves per se, like they normally are, so the math is not as good as it normally would be. But this comes down to my judgment. I believe it's going to go, because overall we have a code 4 long signal, so you know it's going to go up. Number two, it just came down to the 35,000, which is what I was expecting it to come to before it moves back up again. It came down to 34,600, so 400 ticks below where I was expecting it to go, which is good. It's a good thing, and you're able to catch it down here, and I'm in at 34,728, even lower than what I wanted at 35,000. So what's going to happen now is it's going to move all the way back up, and it will go code 6 long. But it probably won't do that today. It'll probably go code 7 long later, and then go code 6 long. And it'll move all the way back up again. So this is like a really super easy trade to take and move and ride it all the way back up. All based upon code 6. Anyway, I'll come back. Actually, technically, when this trade goes through here, I could hold this for a code 4 on the Dow, code 4 long signal on the Dow. It's going to go all the way back up to 36,000 again, and then go even higher. So from here, that's a long ways up. It's that's 2,300 ticks just to there, and then another, possibly another 1,000. We're looking at 3,000 ticks right here, according to code 4. That's a big move up. So I could, what it may do is it'll use another code 4, a long signal, and then that one will go up. So we'll have on the chart, we'll have 2 of them. You see one, and it didn't go up all that much, and then the second one went up big. Anyway, I'll be back. So I'm going to raise this limit order up here to 36,000. May change it again later. What does that do to my chart? Okay, it looks okay. I may change it again later, but actually, technically, I should already change it. Technically, it should go to about 36,800. That's where it should go. So, according to the code 4, it's either going to move up there very quickly before the end of the year, or it'll use a second code 4 to go up to that level. Anyway, I'll come back. All right, it looks like it might actually want to go short. So if it goes short, I'm going to take it just for 80 ticks, put a sell stop in, 34,621, good till cancel, trigger outside, placing it now. Okay, let's put a limit order on it. And 100 ticks would be 521. So add 20, so 541. 541 is 80 ticks coming down. Okay, so there's an 80 tick order in there in case this thing does go short, which it very well may do. And this is a code 6 trade, so I'll just go for a quick 80 ticks. If my long signal goes off, I will hold it, but I'll also hold this one, which would get me back out, which I need to readjust to 10 contracts so I could go short again. Anyway, I'll figure it out. I'll come back. If, however, it does go short, of course, I will cancel the other order. The buy stop at 34,728. I would cancel that one if this order went through the sell stop, because this is actually the code and this one is not. It's based upon the code, but it's not the code itself. Okay, the trade has gone through long, the long position that I was going for. The buy stop has gone through. We'll see how much it wants to shoot up. If it really wants to shoot up, which I think it will, I will go ahead and cancel this order here, the sell stop, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be right and it'll go all the way back up again, which it's a long way back up. So this thing really has a lot of moving to do in order to get all the way back up again. It doesn't have a whole lot of time to play too much of a game. So it needs to really move up, good, a little bit every day, basically, and make big moves up in order to get up there. So anyway, we'll see, and I'll cancel the order in a little while if it gets at least 100 ticks or 200 ticks above. I'll be back. So it's gone up about 150 ticks. It did go to 888, 34,888. It was just that. So it went up 150 ticks at that point. Still waiting for it to go up a bit more, say 200. But it does me no harm to keep this order to go short, this sell stop, because that's actually a code 6 if it were to do that. If, however, it just keeps going up, it would go code 6 long. And since I'm already long, I don't need to take it. And so at that point, of course, I would cancel this order. But I'm most likely going to be right, but sometimes I'm not. And if it goes back down, then I will take the order. If I'm still, which I won't be, I will place a break-even stop on it pretty soon. Let's say up about 200 ticks, I can place a break-even stop and let it go. Because if it is the one that I'm talking about where it's just going to keep on going, you don't need to worry about it coming back to your break-even stop, because that's exactly what it's going to do. It's just going to keep on going up. It's got a long ways to go up, long ways. And code 4 tells me that. Code 4 for the Dow tells me that. So it has to move up a lot. Anyway, I will be back. So at this point, this trade now, this YM is now a code 4 trade for me to hold. Gold is a code 4 trade to hold. And the US dollar SGD is also a code 4 trade to hold. So all three of these are code 4 trades now. Don't know if I mentioned it or not, but there was a code 7 earlier, and I could have taken it. I was going to take it, but I didn't place the orders for it. Then when I woke up this morning, it had already gone through and already gone down quite a bit. So I missed the code 7, but the code 7 was perfect. Could have made a lot of ticks on it. Anyway, I will come back. Getting some strange readings in the market right now. For instance, I've been waiting for Uber to go code 4 long, and it's getting close to doing so. But Lyft, which is a stock that trades the same as Uber does, it has gone code 4 short already. So that would be the opposite direction, and these two stocks basically trade with each other the vast majority of time because they're related to each other, supposedly, right? But anyway, the bottom line is they trade together, and so that calls into serious question whether Uber is going to even go long. It should go short to follow Lyft. Also, the HSI has gone short, and it still has a ways to go down. And let's see what else. Yeah, and there's also a little bit of discrepancy on the Forex too, on the Euro US dollar. Discrepancy on it, but everything else is, well, US dollar SGG has actually not given a signal yet, but the Australian US dollar has. It went long. The Euro has. It went long. So it's weird. It seems like the market may want to go down here more instead of bouncing. So my plan then would be to go ahead and place I'm already long, 5 contracts. I would place a sell stop, quantity 5, at 34,740. That gives me like a 8.5 tick buffer there. And so that'll get me out break even. Go till canceled, trigger outside. And I'm just going to watch it here for a little bit. Anytime I want, I'm just going to go ahead and place it so that it'll get me out break even, and I can take, I've already got code 6 entries in there if it goes short at 621, get out for 80 ticks. But the money is in holding this thing and getting it to go all the way back up again, which I still think it has a good chance to do. I don't know what everything else is doing. I'll tell you, it's weird. They seem to be possibly making everything go in different directions. Like they were going in same directions before, and now they go in different directions now, relative to each other. Each instrument. That's what it seems like it might be happening. I'm not sure though. But because I have code 4 on the Dow, the YM, code 4 long. So, but it's a really big one, and so that's why I'm thinking that it's going to get a second code 4 long to take it all the way up to 37,000, which is where it would need to go. Anyway, I'll be back. It's made it past 200 ticks now, so it's good to go. I mean, most likely it's going to keep going. It could come back down. It is certainly possible. Not sure what the math on this would be, but it's, you know, it's definitely good enough to go for, and I can place a break-even stop on it so I won't lose on the trade, and I can go for it now. I mean, I do think that this is going to go all the way up because I have a code 4 saying go long on the YM. It pulled back halfway, which it does all the time. and then it's starting to move back up again. I mean, it's not rocket science, it's pretty easy actually. You need to see the codes. If you see the code and you see it pull back halfway, you can see it. If you don't see the code, you don't see it. Like blinded to it. That's why the codes are so powerful, because they give you a graphical representation on the chart. And so anyway, that's what I believe is happening. It is pulled back. I estimated 35,000. It pulled back to 34,600, just about, a little over 600, 627 or whatever. And which is a very good pullback, right where it should go to. And now it's moving back up again. Code 4 long signal on the YM. All you have to do is catch it, catch the pullback. I caught it with a code 6 because the code 6 has a certain range to it, so to speak, and it was at the far end of the range perfectly. I mean, it was a perfect setup for it to go back up again, because it would do that all the time on the code 6. So anyway, that's how I was able to catch it. Now, whether or not I'm able to hold it here and it keeps moving up remains to be seen. But I'd say the math on it is pretty good. I'm not sure what it would be, but maybe a rough estimate of about 70%, roughly, which is pretty good, considering I'm not going to lose on the trade. And if I am right, it's going to move up a lot. Should be able to hold it to 36,000, possibly more. Anyway, I'll come back, which is 1,300 ticks, not too bad. By the way, do you see how much the YM moves in comparison to these other instruments? Like the currencies, they're really not moving very much at all. And gold, gold really isn't moving very much at all. I took a look at the bigger chart, and it's really not moving that much. It's very choppy. And not such a great trade right now, really. Gold would need to start to really move again. The Dow moves beautiful. So does the ES, the E-mini, the ES. It moves really super good too. It moves right with the Dow. So they both move really good. Both make a lot of ticks. And the ticks on the ES is worth even more money per tick. So, but that of course you can lose your money more quickly, but you can trade the E-mini or the E-mini mini contract, the micro contract for the ES. And I think get it down to 50 cents a contract, if I'm not mistaken. So that instead of $12 a contract, $12.50. So it definitely can help you to manage your trading properly, manage your account, manage your trading. I think a lot of people get into that problem where they can get into trade and win, but if they get into trade and lose, then they lose too much. So you definitely need to get control over that by how much you're going in with your contracts. Because if you sit here and just want to make money with these higher codes, you can be an absolute master of the market. Once you get going, you got extra money, you start putting that into code 4s, you trade every day code 6, code 7, you hit the code 5s, I mean, you're good to go. You have all the trades you need. I'm going to start doing it. You're going to see it for yourself. The amazing, you haven't even seen anything yet. I brought the account up from 245 to 303 right now, but you haven't seen anything yet. I'm going to show you some real action coming up soon with code 5s. And I missed today's code 7. Code 7 worked beautiful, worked perfect. So I should have placed the orders last night. That's what I meant to do. It was Sunday night. I was going to place the orders to get in. I forgot to do it. And when I woke up in the morning, already entered and too late. It had gone down way too much. Anyway, I will come back. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and place a break-even trade on it. Stop, 34,740. Sell stop. Okay, sell stop in place to get me out break even if it comes all the way back down. I'll be back. Market opened up and it went down, hit my protective stop, So I'm out of that trade. Didn't make it on that one, and we'll just see what it does here. You never know. It's a possibility. It could go code 6 short. It is possible. They don't usually do it like this. And if it did go code 6 short, I don't know, but I think it might go down quite a bit, possibly. Because usually it doesn't quite happen like this, but anyway, it may not go short, it may go long still, and it just got me out right there at the market open. Probably will, actually. Probably should jump back in. But anyway, no big deal. I'll wait for another code to come and I'll take it. It's going down fast here. Looks like it may go for the entry, for the code 6 entry. If it does, as it's currently looking like it's going to do, it would probably make the 80 ticks relatively quickly. They don't usually happen like this, where it'll, at this particular time, it'll make the code 6. But yeah, it's kind of weird the way that's working out right now, but I'm trying to think what happens when this happens. It usually goes down pretty good as far as I remember. It's already down a lot. It's come down a lot. It looks like it wants to go down some more here. We'll see if it goes off. You remember what I was saying earlier about the market. See, Lyft and Uber trade together. Lyft has already gone code 4 short. I could have taken it short. I thought that they were Uber would go long, but I don't know now. It looks like it may actually come all the way down and go short, because this is just sort of the way it's working out right now. It looks like it's going to go for the entry here. Looks like it really wants to go down. And it looks like it's going to drop out, but it's already down a lot. So of course, I'm just going to keep the math really high here. This is just a code 6, and I'm going to take 80 ticks from it. Math is very good. I'll come back. Okay, trade has gone through. I don't think it's going to take very long to hit the exit. In fact, it could only take a few more seconds. I don't think it's going to take too long. Probably within half an hour or less, 5 minutes from now even. It looks like it just wants to drop down quite a bit here. May get a hard reversal and then get a long signal, but I think before it would do that, it would drop down quite a bit. At least 100, if not 200 ticks at least, I think. Possibly more. Anyway, I'll come back. Uber almost got me in long. It went up to 40.15, so it came really super close. And it's probably still going to get me in long. So I'll be taking that code 4 long on Uber. I'll be back. I just manually got out of that last trade on the YM because I got something I need to do. And so I am done for today. Just still holding gold, code 4, holding US dollar, code 4. Looking to get in on Uber. Almost got in on it long, code 4, but it didn't trigger. So still looking for that one, and still looking for a code 4 signal on Bitcoin. I'll come back with more videos.